What's going on, everybody? I'm in the great state of Colorado here at the Welcome Center. Yeah, and right when I entered, that person got a rude welcome. Just letting y'all know where I'm at. About to use the restroom and get on up out of here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, world. Just want you guys to see this. So today, as I'm filming this, it is Saturday, April the 5th. It's 9:23 Mountain Time in the morning. So I am on 70. I'm on 70 West. But this is the part of I-70 between Kansas and leading up to Denver. And of course, you know, right now, everything is all flat and beautiful. The sun is out. Birds are chirping. I passed a few deers. The grass is nice and green. The temperature is 33 degrees. And, you know, everything is all good. But when I cut this back on later, because I already look ahead, because when I trip plan, I always go to the National Weather app to see what I'm going to potentially be driving through. It's a winter mix, right as you enter Denver and just past Denver, and then the area where I'm headed to up into Utah, where I'm ultimately going to. I won't make it to Utah today, but I'll make it to Utah tomorrow. But I will cut this back on so y'all can see just how this gives you like a false sensation of what I-70 is really like. And I never got to experience I-70, even though, you know, if you've been following me, all the OG subscribers, if you've been following me since I was at Swift, I've always been OTR. The only exception was when I was with Snyder. I was OTR, but I was regional OTR. So I delivered throughout Texas and the neighboring states when I was with Snyder. But everywhere else, I was OTR. With Swift, I never went west. I was always south, Midwest, and southeast. And a little bit of the East Coast. And then when I went with Prime, they primarily kept me south, Midwest, and the East Coast. And with Milton, they would send me west, but they told us in orientation and even on the load notes for us not to get on I-70, that you could potentially get terminated. Now, I never knew why. I just assumed that I-70 must be very dangerous, which it is, and there's a lot of other interstates that are dangerous. But when I turn the camera back on, you'll just see how different, like a night and day difference is this part of I-70 West that I'm on versus when I get to Denver up in the Rocky Mountains. How the temperature, how everything is going to be totally different. So I'm going to turn it back on. But yeah, when I was at Milton, they forbid us to get on I-70. So I never got to experience I-70 until I got here at Wylie. And I won't lie, the first time I got on it, I wasn't like terrified, but yeah, it was definitely humbling, and I was scared. I won't lie, because it has a lot of sharp turns, a lot of steep downgrades, and it's a lot. So I can see why Milton didn't want us on there. I can only imagine a lot of people probably smoked their brakes out, overusing the brakes, whether you stab it or just whatever, you know, however you brake. You know, having accidents and possibly, you know, using the runaway ramp. And I believe on runaway ramps you have to get towed out. So that's a lot of money, called a heavy duty record. So I can see why, you know, they didn't want us on I-70 when I was at Milton. But again, I'm gonna cut this back on when I get to that part, because outside. The mountains may not be picking up on the camera, but look at the mountains. They are covered in snow. Like I said, this is April 5th, the time I'm recording this. In most areas, this is springtime, spring weather. In Denver, it is still very much winter. And it's not picking up on my camera, but there are snow flurries coming down. I mean, it's not raining. I think it's just the moisture, temperature, precipitation from the clouds. So yeah, and we just getting started on this part of 70 West, where it starts to get a little interesting. I'm gonna turn it back on once I hit those grades and all the sharp curves, and then I have to go into tunnels and all that good stuff. And if I see any ram on the side of the highway, like I saw the last time, it was tons of ram on both sides of the highway, I'll cut it back on. I'm not sure if they're picking up. There's a bunch of people up there. I don't know if they're protesting or what. I'll blow the horn for them. I told you, when I see some good stuff, I'm gonna turn the camera back on. This is just the boring stuff, so my biggest complaint about this engine, I just don't think it has any power. I can only do between 25 and 30 miles an hour when I'm climbing. Hopefully y'all can see this. So this is when I-70 gets interesting. Right at this Eisenhower tunnel. Everything after this is like, once you reach that climax on a roller coaster, it's all down here from there. Once we get up out of here, it's all down here. And it's a bunch of black ice. My trailer been getting kind of sassy with me. My fish telling a lie. I'm just remaining calm. Got my engine brake on level 1. Let me lift my window up. So I cut off my heater just to make sure I wouldn't overheat. It's helping some. So I had the window cracked. But yeah, I've been on level 1 with my engine brake. Now once I come out of here, I think it's a bunch of 6 and 7% grade, so I'll have to go up to a level 2. And then just periodic stab braking. And I believe the speed limit is 55, so I'm gonna do probably between 45 and 50. Oh no, it says speed limit is 50. I'm not sure if it's picking up on my camera. Did you see that? 50. So I'm gonna do between 45 and 40 once I get out of here. So yeah, this is the part of I-70 West outside of Denver in Colorado that gives a lot of truckers, including myself, you know, reason to be alarmed. Now I think outside of the winter time, this would probably be a nice, still challenging, but a nice drive. Man, when I was I just couldn't, it was just too much going on when I was in those S curves and going across the black ice with my trailer. My truck is straight, but my trailer was kind of zigzagging in the back. I won't lie, man, that was a little scary. It was a little sketchy. Okay, it says truck speed limit 35. Okay, once we get up out of here. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do between 30 and 25. Excuse my windshield. Let me try to clean it while I'm in here, so y'all can see a little bit better. Looks like it made it worse. I can see better, but I don't know if y'all can. But I'm gonna leave it on for a little bit, just so y'all can experience this I-70 and all these steep 6 and 7% grades with me, and all these curves and all their glory. All right, let's do it. Oh my God. When I trip planned, I planned for everything with the exception of the weight of my load. Because my load is so heavy, and I believe my engine, I just couldn't get any power and maintain any type of speed when I was climbing the mountain, the Rocky Mountain here at, well, the mountains on I-70 here in Colorado. So I ran out of time. I didn't go in violation. I'm gonna show you on my tablet, but I had enough time to get to the levels that I wanted to get to, but that was, you know, with me maintaining at least 60 miles an hour. But climbing up those mountains, I could barely do 30. It was between 25 up to 30 without putting too much stress on the motor. But I'm not in the middle of nowhere, but I believe this is where God wanted me to be. It's calm, it's peaceful. I'm on the side of mountains. I'm gonna turn around so you can see I'm looking at the water right now. I don't know if that's a lake. It's definitely not a river, so I'm assuming it's a lake. I don't know the name of it, but there I go over there. And this is where I would be, on the side of this mountain. I will be here for 10 hours. And I'm gonna show you why I will be here for 10 hours. I just do not have any time. I'm assuming everybody that's parked, they are kayaking. That's about as close as I'm gonna get. I don't want to slip in there. There I go. And yeah. And actually, this side, this parking is on the east side of 70. I'm headed west, but I saw this. I only had 5 minutes left on my clock. So I'm like, please, I'm praying to God, please let it be an exit up there, and I will come back here and park, because I saw these other guys parked over here. So I did do that, and I'm gonna show you what I got left with once I did that. Oh, and I didn't show you guys this load, primarily because it was pouring down raining. At the time that I got this load, it was a big, bad thunderstorm, tornado hit Arkansas, moved into Memphis. This had to be around, and this is sheetrock under here, and this is how they wanted me to do it. For all the Wylie police or whoever, they specifically told me the straps cannot touch the sheetrock, that I had to do it like this over the tarps. And they wanted me to extrap it. Now, since I had done it, I just went ahead and did a bulkhead in the front and in the back. And yes, I did extract the back too, as you can see. But yeah, this is sheetrock. This is going to Orem, Utah. But that's why I didn't show this. It was a really bad, this was in April, around April the 3rd, I believe. Really bad tornado that hit Arkansas and Memphis, Tennessee. My condolences to all of the people that lost their lives. I believe it was 6 people because of that tornado. But so y'all can see, that's how much time I had left. 2 minutes. That's all I had left. That's it. I'm pretty sure you can't see me. All you can really see is my lenses from my glasses, maybe my teeth. It is pitch dark out here. I didn't get bothered with, it's only me and 2 other trucks here. There's some cars here, some people slept here. The mountains and whatever the wildlife is. Like I said, it is pitch freaking dark. All you can see is my trailer lights. Just finished my pre-trip. Yeah. Truck over there, Amazon, owner operator. I think that's Walmart. Yeah. We parked next to the mountains, guys and ladies. Let's get up out of here. I can barely see the handle.